in the Steelers. Let's welcome in Mike T, and I will start with you, Damian Woody here as well. Who would be, I guess rather, the revenge element here? Which quarterback would have the sweeter ending if they win in week 1?
Corey, that's easy. Justin Fields. Justin Fields was with the Steelers, same head coach, same GM. Obviously, they didn't get a deal done. Don't know how far those negotiations went. You know, Aaron Rodgers, to me, that was just sort of like, hey, new regime coming in New York. He's going to graduate and leave. There was really no relationship there. But I'm sure Justin Fields, I'm so intrigued by his connection with Aaron Glenn. I know Aaron Glenn really well, tough guy, and I think Justin Fields is a very like-minded player. I think they're going to have a lot of success, and I think it starts on opening day. And Justin Fields probably won't say anything because he's a very classy guy, but deep down as a world-class competitor, it'll be very meaningful for him. And look, it didn't work out with Rodgers and the Jets. That's well documented, Courtney. But I just think because it's not Robert Saleh, it's Aaron Glenn, it's a new regime, and those dynamics are totally different.
Okay, so we've got one for Justin Fields. Damian Woody, coming to you next. Is it Fields or is it Aaron Rodgers that would be feeling pretty good, better than the other after a week 1 win?
Yeah, I got to agree with my former GM, Mike Tannenbaum. For me, it's Justin Fields. And, you know, think about him last year in a situation with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was really never the guy. You know, he only really started because of the calf injury to Russell Wilson. And all Justin Fields did was have a winning record as a starting quarterback. He improved upon his completion percentage, did better as far as stopping with the turnovers, but he still relented once Russell Wilson got healthy. And so when you look at Justin Fields, you know, this is a situation where with the Jets, they've gone all in. They pushed their chips all in on Justin Fields. They're going to build this thing around his skill set in New York. And obviously you see some of the pieces that they have, the good offensive line, really good backfield. And so, Aaron Glenn and company, they're going to see exactly what Justin Fields can do with this new cast of characters. Listen, the whole situation in Pittsburgh, both Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, they really had no choice but enter in some type of relationship because neither one really had nowhere else to turn. And so for me, it's Justin Fields looking at this whole situation.
Fields 4-2 as a starter last year in limited action with the Steelers before Russell Wilson was able to come back from that injury. Do you see it the same way, David, or are you looking at Aaron Rodgers and the vengeance? Because, I mean, we know this guy can be a little petty. I think he wants to walk away, sticking it to Mike Tomlin and company, sticking it to Aaron Glenn and company with Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I want to introduce everybody here to a guy named Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you've heard. He can hold a grudge on occasion from time to time. And I think that a grudge that he has with this Jets team, Aaron Rodgers has been, sort of the scapegoat, or maybe rightfully so, thought of as a guy who helped blow this team up last season with all the off-field stuff and not performing the way that he should and being, injured the season before and talking about how he was going to come back and maybe not come back and was unceremoniously pretty much removed from that Jets team. And the idea that this dude can come back in week 1 with the Steelers team that he has playoff hopes with, and he can beat this Jets squad, this would be music to Aaron Rodgers' ears to be able to do that. But beyond the Jets, beyond the Justin Fields of it all, Aaron Rodgers, there's a lot of doubters about Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. One of them is right here about what they're going to do this season. And if he can come out game 1 and does not beat the Jets in game 1 as you're trying to prove everybody wrong with the Steelers, this will be not sweet. It'll be sour. So to be able to beat them will be more sweet for Aaron Rodgers because it'll just not only get rid of the Jets in week 1, it'll also say, yes, I am part of a for real team and we have a real shot here in the season and in the playoffs.
Yeah, David, I'm with you on this one. I feel like what Aaron Rodgers is setting out to do now, this guy wanted to prove Green Bay wrong when he joined the Jets. Obviously, he was not able to do that due to injury. This is your potential last chance to do that. Sticking it to your former team in week 1. I know that these NFL schedule makers were licking their chops when they had the opportunity to schedule this matchup. But, Mike, big picture-wise, which of these two quarterbacks, Fields or Aaron Rodgers, is in a better situation to win in 2025? I'm
going to go with Justin Fields, and here's why. Look, I'm an expert in overpaying right tackles for the New York Jets. They have two first-rounders in Armand Membo and Olu Fashanu. They really are building this team the right way, and because of that, as D. Wood well knows, if you can protect the quarterback, that is the baseline of success. And I'm telling you guys, if the four of us are having a conversation in October, November, and we're talking about a surprise team, the Jets may not have the highest ceiling. I get all that. But this is going to be the Detroit Lions East. This is going to be Dan Campbell tough with Aaron Glenn. Maybe they don't score the most points in the world, but they got a quarterback in Justin Fields who has a lot to prove. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. They'll play good defense, and that's why I think he'll be successful. Courtney, to answer your question, maybe not the biggest numbers in the world, but this team will not beat itself, and Justin Fields is going to surprise people.
A lot of pressure on a guy with a 2-year contract, D-Wood. The Jets, believe, opened up 5.5 was the over-under on win total. Maybe I'm not seeing it here. Can you rationalize what Mike T's saying in that Justin Fields has a better situation to win than Aaron Rodgers would?
He can rationalize on the overpay part, trust me.
You a benefactor of that one?
Yeah, hey, listen, I got a whole wing to my house dedicated to Mike T. So, yeah, I'll take that. But listen, Mike T bring up some good points, but I'm going to take the head coach who's never had a losing record. I mean, think about that. We're talking about Mike Tomlin here. That, to me, is the center of this whole discussion. When you talk about who's in a better spot to win, I'm taking the guy in Aaron Rodgers who's in one of the best organizations in the Pittsburgh Steelers with the Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame head coach in Mike Tomlin. Yeah, do the Pittsburgh Steelers have questions? Absolutely. Start with Aaron Rodgers and his age, the offensive line. But you talk about one of the best defenses in the National Football League. They got better with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got a bunch of young players, young talented players, and Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. So for me, this is more about Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers giving Aaron Rodgers the infrastructure to go out there and being successful in this scenario.
All right, David, where do you fall on this one?
Yeah, this is about Aaron Rodgers and really about between the two quarterbacks, who needs to be better. And I think the guy who needs to be better for his team to succeed is Justin Fields. Aaron Rodgers can be fine with that Steelers, and they will have a good season, which is why he's in the better position. The Steelers and Mike Tomlin at the center of it, as Woody said, have won with fine quarterbacks, and they can do it again with the defense. TJ Watt, of course, I think we imagine is coming back. The defense should be stellar, as they are all year. They make do. They turn lemons to lemonade when it comes to the personnel that they have at the quarterback position all the time. So Aaron Rodgers is starting with a leg up on Justin Fields in that regard. Then you add in the fact that if he can somehow muster the Aaron Rodgers of the past and be the best version of himself that we've seen the last few years, that only raised their ceiling to another level. But all he has to do is be fine for them to be a playoff team. Justin Fields, I do not think has that luxury.
I want to give you a chance to defend your take here because the pressure that's on Fields, this is it. Like, if we're being realistic about it, this is his last chance to prove that he can be a starter. The contract's going to look really bad. If it goes really bad, if it goes great, then they hit on gold there. But how can you look at what Aaron Rodgers inherits to going into a situation that Pittsburgh's done business not as normal this offseason and say that Fields is in a better situation to win right now?
It's easy. It's offensive line, and I'm not saying that just because I did overpay Damian Woody. But when you look at the offensive line of